Okay, let's pick the theme. Okay, we got a floaty cloud theme, and this theme is brought to you by Lemonade Glass. So real quick, this is a 30-minute challenge where I have to compose without hearing anything I can make. You guys can hear it, but I can't since my headphones are plugged in but face down on the table. So we've got our theme, floaty cloud theme, and let's just get started. Floaty cloud theme, the first thing we have to do is definitely change the tempo, time signature to 3/4. And I think we want to do a major key for this. Let's just stay with C to make it really simple. Start with the piano. Bum 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 bum. I like that. Nice and fast pace. Maybe something like this. And we can alternate it. Let's add this phrase at the end to give us something a little bit more unique. I want to actually change the low strings to some string sections. Let's do that. Now that we've got our strubs, let's have them play some accompaniment here. And I think we also need some drums. Let's do some T-ta-T. D4 hi-hat. Boom, ba ba ba. And we can also have a kick. Let's clone this pattern. How do I want this to develop? Boom, bum bum boom bum bum boom bum 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 boom bum 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 bum. We want some melody for sure. I'm gonna replace this electric guitar with a violin. Make sure there's nothing really conflicting in here. It looks like the basics. It's a little bit quiet, so maybe that would be better suited to the violin, and we have to add some milliseconds of delay because the violin is a little bit of a slow starter. Let's bring this up close, and now I think we want some sweeping melody. So ba ba ba. So 1 and 2 type of thing. Ba ba ba. Let's double check the range of the violin. Where do we want it to be? We actually want the violin to go up. So now that we're in the range, and this melody somehow, bum 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 bum. Yeah, we'll stick to eighth notes. Ba, 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 ba. I just remembered, probably want to start like that. In that case, we could probably go up like this. What are the piano notes here? C4, E4, D4 is gonna sound out of place. Let's figure something else out. We might actually want to go like that then. But what can we do here? G. I think here we want to change up the piano and get rid of the violin for now. I have a feeling for all patterns we might want to move the strings up an octave actually. I think if we move it up, there'll be a little bit more space and it won't steal the piano's thunder and muddy it up. So now that we're here, we're going an octave above this, so. And we can do something like this. Okay, what else can we do to make it more floating and cloudy? Let's try and fix up what we have so far. Maybe with some chord pad to bridge the gaps a little bit. If we follow the notes like that, it should just be fine. I think actually we want the chord pad to be there when the violin joins in, so that it adds a little bit of texture, and this is a little bit more airy and open. So it should serve as a nicer intro. I think we want to double the piano up an octave because I think that when you have just one line playing on the piano is just too thin, and I think it'll sound too harsh against everything else. So I'll just put a subtle little upper layer on that. And here, we didn't have anything down here before, but we can do like a subtle layer of what came before over here to tie it in together a little bit. And I kind of want to try a totally new pattern. I'm gonna take the strings just to help me write some notes, but I want piano solo. Maybe a little bit of a strum. Do some chords, maybe 1, 3, 2, 5, and it can be an inverted 5. What am I doing? C, E, G, yeah, an inverted 5. C, E, G, except G, B, D, except it's inverted. Screw it, it's a piano solo. Surely this won't be that bad. And this one's gonna be a not inverted chord. It's gonna be the real deal. And we're gonna get rid of the F sharp here. I'll get rid of this. We'll bring the drums back as well. I think we want to improvise a little bit over this. A real simple way would just be to write some notes on the violin like this and then just cut it up a little bit. Add some rhythm in there. Okay, the piano's velocity is all the way down there, but I think the effect might actually be cool, so let's just bring it up a little bit, but not all the way. Some chord pad. And let's add some melody to this violin. I think chord pad needs to be brought down one. Yeah, that'll add some space. Let's take the violin, make some melody happen. I think we want to insert some melody in the parts where the piano's not doing anything, so a little ti-ta-ti action. Play it safe. I think that'll actually be a solid loop point, although it's kind of weird since we've got an odd number of patterns. I think we can repeat pattern 1 actually. That way it'll just make it feel more regular. And now let's go back and try and change things up. Maybe some bass mirroring the piano a little bit. And we're actually doing that ti-ta-ti that the violin has later. So that way we're adding some lore to this piece that kind of sticks around. And I'm just gonna paste this in each pattern and see if visually it looks all right. That's the right note. And here we'll probably just do long notes. It's a good note to do it on, maybe a B. Yeah, and it'll lead back to the C, I think. So let's think about the drums. Dun da 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 dun da da dun da 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 dun da da dun da da da. We could do toms. F5 C6. Boom ba da ba boom. I don't think we have to complicate it. This should be good enough for every pattern. What else could we do in 2 minutes? Come out here. Strings can come back as a treat. I want something very open and airy, so I'm going to follow 2 different angles here. But I get the feeling that it can't go wrong. What else? 1 minute and 40 seconds. What can you change in that little amount of time? I guess we can make sure nothing's screwed up. Is there any effect that I would want to add? We're not using timpani. I don't think timpani is necessary for this piece, so I won't add it. Reverb, delay. Add a little bit of delay to the strings, maybe. Turn it way down just to give it a little like extra moment of time. I think even delay on drums, just a tad. A little bit more delay on the piano. No, I want it crisp. It's crispy and cloudy. And that is time. I'm really curious to see how this goes. You'll see it on Saturday, but last time I recorded, I just made an atrocious song. So I'm really hoping this song sounds good. First things first, I gotta pretty this up. Okay, so I did something weird I think I was working on a pattern, but I didn't put it up here. It's up here now. Now let's take a listen to it. Honestly, I really like that. I need to separate the notes on the violin here a little bit more. That way it's more crisp. But besides that, the entire thing was just floaty, cloudy, I think. It felt good. I feel like I did a good job. I think thinking about intervals and chords, like 1, 3, 5, whatever, really paid off here. It added some structure that made things not sound like they clash. And this feels good. It feels like I'm back into it. But yeah, let me know what you think and have a good one.